Have you heard it yet? The silence is about to break, a silence that has kept nearly 71 million Americans on edge, wondering, guessing, praying, and trying to piece together what exactly is going to happen. Because this isn't just another policy announcement. It isn't a small, routine change. It's a dramatic twist, a game-changing update that's about to affect nearly everyone who relies on Social Security. It's a policy shift filled with controversy, hope, promises, and a fair amount of fear. As we move closer to this July 2025, something huge is underway. The wheels of change are already turning in Washington. The numbers are being crunched, the criteria are being defined, and the final decisions are on the table. But nobody outside a small circle of lawmakers and policy experts knows exactly what's coming. Picture this for a moment. You wake up in the first days of July 2025, check your bank account, and find something different, something bigger, something you hadn't expected. Your benefits gone up, your payments more substantial, but it's not universal. It's not across the board. There are conditions, hidden factors that will determine who gets more and who gets left out. The dramatic part is we're still not entirely sure what those criteria will be. Will it be based on age, or health, or financial need? Will it be tied to your filing history, or your past earnings, or your cost of living? The answers to these questions will affect not just your wallet but your future. That's the controversy and the urgency surrounding this change. This is a story filled with anticipation, a moment when policy meets real people in a dramatic showdown. There are rumors swirling through Washington, policymakers dropping hints, journalists investigating what's really going on. The result could be a financial lifeline for many or a missed opportunity for some. Picture seniors who have been counting every dollar just to stay alive, wondering if this change will be enough to keep food on their table and medication in their cabinet. Picture people with disabilities who rely on these payments just to maintain their independence. To them, this isn't policy, this is survival. And this dramatic change is not happening in a vacuum. There are powerful financial pressures, political promises made years, even decades earlier, and growing doubts about whether the Social Security Fund can sustain future payments. The controversy is already brewing. Some say the increase is a necessary move to keep promises made to hardworking Americans who have paid into this system their whole lives. Others warn it may undermine the long-term health of the fund, putting future generations at risk. So we find ourselves at a crossroads, a moment of transformation where a simple policy change could ripple through the lives of nearly 71 million people and their families. This increase in benefits is not just about adding a few dollars here and there. It's about dignity. It's about honoring promises made to people who have earned their benefits through years of hard work and contributions. It's about making sure a retired factory worker in Iowa or a disabled person in Florida can buy their medication without choosing between healthcare and food. Picture a retiree sitting at their kitchen table, staring at their bills, wondering if this change will be enough to ease their worries. Picture a person with a permanent disability, wondering if this policy will allow them to live independently, or if it will be a temporary fix. To them, this isn't a policy, it's their future. The story developing here isn't a small policy adjustment, it's a dramatic moment that underscores the promises we made and the promises we intend to keep. And we're not finished yet. There are more new benefits, policy tweaks, financial incentives, and special consideration that could come alongside these increases. The total picture is far more complex and more dramatic than a simple raise in benefits. Some reports suggest there may be new filing incentives, special benefits for caregivers who stay home to care for a family member, and even separate consideration for people battling inflation's worst effects, those whose buying power has eroded faster than the rest of the population. The details are still under tight wraps, adding to the suspense. Everyone is asking, will these incentives ease financial stress or create new complications? Meanwhile, policy experts and journalists are sifting through every piece of information, trying to piece together the final puzzle. The White House, the Social Security Administration, and key lawmakers are dropping hints, a sentence here, a number there, adding to the feeling that something big is about to unfold. For many, this is a dramatic showdown, a moment when promises made decades ago will be put to the ultimate test. Will the system keep its word to the people who put their hard work, their years of service, and their taxes into it? Will recipients find a lifeline in the form of higher benefits when they need it the most? It's a showdown that cuts to the core of fairness, dignity, and the promises that a rich and powerful nation made to its most vulnerable. The answers will affect not just policy, But real lives the people who are counting on these benefits to keep their heads above water in a challenging economic climate. As we approach this dramatic deadline in July 2025, the pressure mounts. The rumors grow more persistent. The questions multiply by the day. Will this be a triumph for retirees and people with disabilities, a moment where promises made are promises kept, or will it become a controversy that divides the nation, pitting generations against each other and adding more fuel to the ongoing policy battles in Washington, D.C.? The decisions made in these final days will ripple far into the future, shaping not just the financial stability of this generation, but the future outlook for their children and grandchildren. Picture a 72-year-old woman sitting at her dining room table, wondering if this policy change will allow her to pay her rent without choosing between medication and food. Picture a veteran with a permanent disability, trying to determine whether the benefits increase will be enough to cover healthcare bills that are piling up. The pressure is not abstract, it's profoundly human. It's about dignity, fairness, and honoring promises made years, or even decades, earlier. That's what makes this showdown dramatic, consequential, and deeply personal for nearly 71 million Americans. One thing is clear: this is a story you want to follow closely. The decisions made in the coming days and weeks will affect not just this generation of recipients, but future generations as well: children, grandchildren, and their financial futures. Will the policymakers align their choices with fairness and compassion, honoring the promises made to those who supported this country through hard work and service? Or will political pressures undermine those promises, adding controversy and uncertainty into an already fragile policy landscape? So stay with us. Keep watching. Keep asking questions. The showdown is underway, and the outcome will soon be clear. There's a dramatic thread tying together policy, fairness, financial stability, and human dignity, a thread that will affect countless lives for years to come. Whatever happens in this showdown will become a defining moment in the story of Social Security. A moment we will look back on as a turning point for better or for worse in the future of a nation. As we move forward, this isn't just about policy, it's about people. It's about honoring promises made across generations. It's about making sure the most vulnerable members of society aren't left stranded when a dramatic policy showdown plays out in Washington. The final outcome will illuminate not only the values we espouse as a nation, but the kind of future we are choosing for ourselves and for those we care about. Whatever the result, this showdown will become a landmark in the ongoing story of financial dignity in America, a story we all have a stake in. The dramatic change to Social Security is not a distant policy proposal, it's a reality about to be revealed. Whether you're a recipient, a caregiver, or simply a taxpayer who wants to know where their future stands, this is a moment you can't afford to miss. Disclaimer: the information in this video is for educational and informational purposes only and not financial or legal advice. All details are based on the latest available information and rumors and may change as policies are finalized. Please verify facts with the Social Security Administration or a financial expert to make decisions that best suit your situation.